How does eliminating excuses make you determined towards your goals? Excuses. We all make them. Think about the last time you made an excuse, saying you would do it later, or you don't have time. Sure, you might not have time then, but think about the results of that, and how it affected your ability to achieve your goals. Excuses hold you back from genuinely applying yourself. It's easy to say you'll do it later, which is all fine and all, but you can't escape the excuses over time. Here, I'll go over what eliminating excuses do and how it affects achieving your goals. But make sure to stick around for the free gift I'll mention at the end, which will help you achieve every goal you have. Excuses and how they affect you. When you continue to use excuses, at first, you might feel a sense of relief. But if you keep using excuses, it can begin to catch up to you. Let's take, for example, you've made the excuse of "I'm swamped with work" as an excuse for not going to the gym or exercising for 30 minutes each day. Those excuses pile up, and eventually, health issues set in. High blood pressure, obesity, even diabetes can become a big problem. And not just that, this catches up when the doctor gives you excuses you don't want to hear, or you find yourself unable to thoroughly do all of those things you used to because you're not in shape. This ends up making it so you're spending more money visiting the doctor, getting expensive surgeries, and even taking medication. But if you stopped making excuses and just did it, you won't have to worry about this. Another example, the whole "I'm too busy to start my own business." If you've wanted to work for yourself for a long time, and you keep putting it off, eventually that becomes a dream, and finally, you'll sit back and regret it. You may regret it down the line, when you get laid off, or when you hear about how happy your friends are for being successful. This is all too common, and excuses will stick you there until you do something about it. Excuses and motivation. Excuses also tank your motivation, not just to do that, but just anything. When you can fall back on an excuse, you start to use this as a crutch. If you keep using this as a crutch over time, you won't do much of anything. If you find yourself just scrolling through your phone lifelessly, or just sitting around, not doing anything, that's because you're not motivated. It could be because the idea of doing anything of the sort is terrifying, and you'd instead take the easy way out. But when you start to get rid of the excuses, things change for you. Instead of making up excuses as to why you can't do something, suddenly, it becomes easier. You'll be able to take on more, and you'll suddenly feel more motivated to do things. Part of the reason you might feel depressed and lifeless is that you're using excuses not to get things done. Then, they pile up, and eventually, it becomes too much to bear. Eliminate the excuses, feel the determination. So what happens if you don't fall back on the excuse? What happens if you decide, "Hey, I'm going to go to the gym," and then you're out there, working out? Well, besides the apparent endorphins kicking in, you feel good, and you're getting the blood pumping. Another factor comes into this: determination. Suddenly, you feel determined to do it, and you feel motivated to do it shortly, and you feel good when you do this. Determination is compelling. Sometimes, seeing someone else achieving your goals will make you feel a sudden spark of motivation. Everyone is capable of being the best person that they can be, and by pushing through and figuring out determination, you'll feel more substantial. If you feel like you're frozen in time, unable to change it, and just stopped, then start to eliminate those excuses and create of course, change the way you look at the problems. Determination helps you push on through. Even just doing it can make you realize that all of this is more than possible. Every part of your life can be changed, and you just need to stop making excuses. When you stop making excuses, you won't feel the relief that comes with it, sure. But you'll feel something different, a push, an impetus to help you get past the threshold and do something with yourself. If you're going to do something, you'll start to take steps to do this too. Instead of making excuses to avoid it, you'll be determined to do this. How to get started. So how can you get started with eliminating excuses? First, you need to tell yourself to stop saying that you want to do something, but instead, change that to going to. If you say, "I want to get a new job," it's a nice little dream, but it's not going to make things easier for you. Instead, say that you're going to accomplish something. That's because it's an actionable item, representing your desire to shape the final results. You're also much more likely to achieve the goal if you say you're going to. Don't be afraid to leap either. It's scary going to the gym and start. You might think about leaving and getting some ice cream or pizza. But does ice cream or pizza fix the health issues? Not necessarily. But learning about the unknown, learning to embrace it, and to do it, will help you be determined to truly achieve all of the goals and dreams you may have, regardless of what they are. You set determination and goals, not others. Those who continuously make excuses start to destroy their self-confidence. They're afraid to do something about it, and many times, if they blame others, it makes them a victim, not a participant of their own lives and someone who can shape their future. If you're not satisfied with something, making excuses casts blame on others. If you find yourself not motivated to be determined to make changes in life, and you find yourself constantly making excuses, the problem might be you sort of issue, not others. But when you eliminate excuses, and you start to push towards a better, brighter future, you'll begin to realize that it's much easier to set and reach your goals, rather than just making excuses until the cows come home. Some of the most successful individuals in life stopped blaming their lot, but instead, they took control actively to change their lives. Taking control, eliminating excuses, and being responsible for the future you have helps you be something more significant, in charge of your future. So are you ready to empower yourself? Are you ready to be determined and successful, and to stop making excuses? Well, good, because I'll tell you how you can stop doing that now. Enough excuses. If you want to achieve your goals and be determined, then now is the time to start. If you're ready to change your life, I have a means for you to do so. To find out more about achieving your dreams and stop making excuses for your life, here is a solution. Check out this offer here and in the comments. I offer secrets to help you start achieving your goals and start taking responsibility for yourself. Remember, you're the only person in charge of your own life. Nobody else will achieve the great things that benefit you except for you. So start working on yourself today and build that determination.